What unspoken rule of girl code do all women follow? I was 21 when I experienced it firsthand. It was a Friday night, and I was riding the last subway train home after a late shift at the restaurant. The car was nearly empty, except for me and a group of 4 guys who'd been drinking. They were loud, laughing, and kept glancing over at me. I clutched my purse tighter and stared at my phone, pretending to text someone even though I had no service underground. About 10 minutes into the ride, one of them got up and sat directly across from me. "Hey, beautiful, going home alone tonight. What's your name?" I mumbled something about needing to focus on my phone and shifted away slightly. He leaned closer. "Come on, don't be like that. My friends and I are having a little after party. You should come. It'll be fun." I shook my head and said I wasn't interested, but he wouldn't take the hint. His friends were watching and snickering. One of them called out, "She's playing hard to get, bro. Don't give up." The guy moved to sit right beside me, so close I could smell the whiskey on his breath. "You're too pretty to be alone on a Friday night. Let me see your phone. I bet I can make you smile." He reached for my hand and I jerked away, my heart pounding. The train was slowing down for the next stop, but it wasn't mine. I was still 3 stops from home. I considered getting off anyway just to escape, but it was past midnight in an unfamiliar neighborhood. What if they followed me? The doors opened and a woman stepped on. She was maybe 30, dressed in business clothes, looking tired after what was probably a late night at the office. She scanned the car, taking in the situation in seconds. Her eyes met mine, and I must have looked terrified because without hesitation, she called out, "Jessica, oh my God, I thought I missed you." She rushed over and sat down on my other side, putting an arm around my shoulders like we were old friends. "I've been texting you for an hour. Where have you been?" Before I could respond, she leaned in and whispered, "Just play along. Are these guys bothering you?" I nodded slightly, relief washing over me. She turned to the man beside me with a polite but firm smile. "Excuse me, could you give us some space? My cousin and I haven't seen each other in months." The guy hesitated, looking between us for any sign we were faking it. The woman didn't flinch. She kept her arm around me protectively and started talking loudly about a family reunion we were supposedly both attending tomorrow. "Remember how Aunt Carol always makes those terrible deviled eggs that nobody eats? And Uncle Frank will definitely be drunk by noon." The guy eventually got up and rejoined his friends, who had lost interest once they realized I wasn't alone anymore. For the next 3 stops, this complete stranger kept up our fake conversation, asking me questions about my imaginary life that I could easily answer. She never broke character, even when lowering her voice to ask if I wanted her to wait with me until I could get a safe ride from the station. When we reached my stop, she offered to walk me home. "I live just a few blocks from here anyway," she said once we were on the platform. The guys stayed on the train, watching us through the windows as it pulled away. As we walked, I thanked her profusely. She waved it off like it was nothing. "Girl code," she said simply. "We've all been there. Someone did it for me once when I was about your age. Just pay it forward someday." She walked me all the way to my door, refused my offer of coffee or payment, and gave me her number to text when I was safely inside. 6 years later, I did exactly what she did when I noticed a young woman being cornered at a gas station by 2 persistent men. I called her Kelly and acted like we were meeting there. The look of relief on her face was exactly how I must have looked that night on the train. Girl code isn't written down anywhere, but somehow we all know it. When another woman is in trouble, you become whatever she needs you to be. A cousin, a roommate, an old friend. No questions asked, no thanks needed. You just do it because someday she'll do it for someone else.